Hi, it is me again. Today is the last lesson for chapter internal combustion engine. Topic because this is our last lesson for additional semester. Subject ERT 353 energy and power in biosystem engineering. Okay, correct. Now we go through last year final year question. Okay, last year final year question. Let me go to the tutorial slide. Okay, this is the question 1 for last year final year question. Let me read through for you. Question 1 has two components, which is question 1A and B. Question 1A, the question sound like this. Figure Q1A, which is this one, shows a typical engine found in the market. A typical engine found or available in the market. Name and describe. Name and describe here. Let me highlight it for you. All four of label component. Label component to including this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what you have to do for this? In your answer sheet is just put 1. For example, 1 there, and name it. This number 1, what is this component? Piston, right? 2, connecting rod. 3, the flywheel. And 4 is the crankshaft. Okay, this is easy. If you got all those names correct, you got 2 marks. To got full mark, you have to describe a little bit what the name of component. For example, piston, number 1 piston, you need to describe it, what is actually they are doing, the component doing in the engine. Same goes with the connecting rod, the flywheel, and the crankshaft itself. Okay, it is easy. Name and describe. If you just name it, you got 2 marks. And if you got extras, something in your head, you can describe it. Anything that related that you the component you name, it. So you got 4 marks. It is easily you got 4 marks here. 4 marks. This is just like a standard 5 question, right? Name and describe. It's an easy one. Okay, continue with the question 1B. Question 1B, it is related to question 1A. Based on figure question 1A, this one is figure 1A. If component 1, where is component 1? This is the piston, has a bore size of 71 millimeter and bore to shock ratio of 1 to 23/20. Okay, the question asks you calculate the engine displacement in meter cube. So the engine displacement, or with the symbol of VD. Okay, and the second question, the question asks you to calculate compression ratio of the engine if clearance length of engine cylinder is 0.15 centimeter. Beware with the unit here, centimeter, and this is millimeter. You have to know exactly what you have to do. Okay, The first thing first, to solve this question, you need to list up. Okay, I already told you so many times. List up. Okay, list up all the important information given inside the question. Okay, given inside the question. Ball size has 71. Change it instantly, because in the question it is giving you in millimeter, so you have to convert it to basic formula. 71 times times 10 power of minus 3. So you can have a basic unit of meter, basic unit of length is meter. And the ratio ball to stroke is equal to 1 to 1 divided by 23 over 20. So that's it the question, the information that given inside the question. No problem. So list up what the question want you to calculate. So find or calculate. Find first engine displacement. Oh, sorry, not VD, but engine displacement. It is different between engine displacement and volume displacement. Engine displacement, you need to multiply number of cylinder available inside the engine. Okay, for volume displacement, it is only for one cylinder. For example, here, let me sketch it for you. Here is the motorcycle engine. Motorcycle engine has one piston. So the VD for the engine, you can directly have displacement volume of the cylinder, right? Displacement volume of cylinder, because of that engine has one cylinder, so that the VD and engine displacement has the same value. Okay, it is different with the car or the engine that has more than one cylinder. For example, your car has a 4-cylinder. This is 4-cylinder engine. 1 cylinder, 2 cylinder, 3 cylinder. This is just like lecturing, right? I cannot leave it to you without explaining. So I'm explaining. Okay, for example, this is your first cylinder, second cylinder, third cylinder, and fourth cylinder. If the question asks you what is the displacement volume, so only one cylinder, the value here is only one for one cylinder, 1 meter cube. For engine displacement, simply by multiplying the number of cylinder times VD, so you got the engine displacement volume, still in meter cube. Okay, this is generally speaking, people say as a NCC. Okay, centimeter cube. People outside there used to say how many liters of your engine. 3 liters, right? 3 liters the same, has the same volume of 3000 meter cube. Am I correct? Yes. So FCC 320 cc. Yes. Okay. So hope that you understand the term used in the engine. Let me erase all this. Erase all this. Do I need to repeat it? No. You need just replay again. Don't need to repeat it for you. You can replay the video, no problem. So the question asks you to find ED instead of VD. In order to find ED, you need to know VD, where VD times number of cylinder. Okay, so number of cylinder here, you can count it on the figure. You can count it on the figure. That we go to the figure again. Tutorial. See there how many pistons that you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you have 6 pistons, so you have 6 number of cylinder. Okay, so then extra information given to you is N. Let me change it to black. N is 6. Okay, good. Solution, change it to blue, dark blue. Solution. How to solve it? You need to find VD first. You already have a N. So solution VD normal equation for VD is actually area of piston, the top area of the piston. This is the top area of piston. This is your piston. At the top there you have a cylinder where your piston reciprocal moving. Okay, this is your cylinder. Okay, this is the area that I'm talking about. The area, you need to find this area. This is the A here, times stroke times stroke, or L times stroke S. So do you have a S? You still don't have a S, right? Because the question only giving you a bore size, whereas you need to use this ratio to get an S. So you have to solve for S first. S equal to 23rd over 20. B equal to S times B equal to S. From this, don't say that you don't know how to solve this into this. Okay, so your S equal to 23 over 20 multiplied by 71 power 10 minus 3. So you got something here as in stroke. Let's say it is, I don't have a calculator because the solution I left it in my office, so I don't have a solution here. S, it must be in meter length. You need length units or meter, so S. Let's put something there, is S. Okay, so after you got the S, some value there, you can simply find the VD equal to pi ball squared times the stroke value. So we have a ball. From where? From the question. Here the question giving you ball. Don't use mm, please use basic unit of length, meter. And s, the stroke, where you found it earlier, here. So you got VD. So what is the unit of VD? Volume, meter cube. Meter cube. If you use B and S as the basic unit of length, which is meter. Okay. If you use differently, for example, B in mm, your ball in mm, and your stroke is in m, you definitely will have a wrong answer of VD, volume displacement. Okay, there's so many times I've told you in the class, please use the basic unit of length, of pressure, of temperature, and the rest, okay, before you put the value of that into the equation. Okay, same goes for any kind of subject. Okay, so you got the VD. After you got the VD, simply apply this equation. You got the ED. So the ED is VD times 6. So you got engine displacement still in meter cube times 6. So all this straightforward calculation will giving you 2 marks. 2 marks. And next, question number 2. Let me properly show you again. Question number 2. Question B, question 1, B number 2. Okay, with the Roman number 2. Calculate compression ratio. Calculate the compression ratio of the engine if clearance length of engine cylinder is 0.15. Beware it again. It's in centimeter. We should change it to meter as the basic unit of length. Good. So how to solve it? Let me continue with this. Let's say you already have a value of VD here. Or you understand, that's it. If you understand it, this is straightforward question. If you not understand it, you have a difficulty to answer it. Okay, continue to question 1C. Let me go through question 1C because last time I only read for you on the mark. So this is the solution. I'm sorry, I'm not changing to the whiteboard. Okay, this, let me explain it to you. However, okay, I have some difficulties changing the scenes between tutorial scenes and tutorial and whiteboard scene. Tutorial scene and whiteboard scene. So I'm talking a lot of something, but you cannot see all the whiteboard. Okay, so I explaining to you again. Okay, question 2. Question 2, to find compression ratio, or with the symbol of R. Okay, you're right. R is the compression ratio. So and the solution here, where R equal to VD plus VC divided by VC. This is basically the equation giving inside what I call it, inside your knot. This is basic equation giving you inside the knot. So basically this is the question asking you the compression ratio, which is actually a continuing solution, or continuing question from question 1 to question 2. So from the equation here, if you look at closely, we have a VD, we have a VC. Okay, there's only two unknown. VD, basically you can have it from the first calculation, you got it here. Okay, and the VC or clearance volume, you need to find it, because there is extra information giving to you, where L, or clearance length, equal to 0.15 centimeter cube. 0.15 centimeter cube. This is what I sketched before, but you cannot look it because I forgot to change the scenes from the OBS software. So this is actually your cylinder here. Let me go with some doodle again here. This is your cylinder, and this is the top of your, this is your piston. This is the top of your piston. Okay, top of your piston have a cross sectional of a circle. So circle. Okay, so this is between there, where your piston go up and down, or reciprocal movement, we call it. At the bottom, very bottom side, we call it as the bottom dead center. At the very top side of your piston, where your piston can reach, we call it as the top dead center. But there is another gap actually between the head of a block and top dead center. We call it as the VC, clearance volume. It still look like a cylinder, but the piston cannot go more than TDC, so we call it as the clearance volume. This clearance volume where the combustion happen. Okay, combustion happen. How to find the clearance volume, the value of clearance volume? You need, basically the area, the cross-sectional area is the same with your cylinder and top of your piston. So the same. The difference is only on the length here. The length is given inside the question, which is 0.15 centimeter cube here. I wrote it here. So to find the VC, we wrote back again, VC equal to A, the cross-sectional area of piston or cylinder. Why we taking the cross-sectional of piston or cylinder? Because we have the same cross-sectional area in these three areas. Okay, so we already have an area here, area same as here, and the length given inside the question L. So simply to find the VC, we multiplying A times 0.15 times 10 power of minus 2. This is to change the unit of length into a basic unit, okay, meter. So you simply can get clearance volume in meter cube, clearance volume of meter cube. After you got the VC, you can put or plug in all the values that you already have. You have a VD from the previous or question 1, you have a VD and you have a VC here. You just calculate it and you put inside this compression ratio formula. So for this question, you can have a 2 marks. You can have a 2 marks. You can go to next question C. Question C. Next question C. Here, let me read it for you. At idle speed of 900 rpm, the work output from the engine in figure Q1A, which is the last figure, is measured to have 323 watt. Okay. The question asks you to calculate indicated mean effective pressure, or PI. Okay. If you look at the distribution mark here, is only 1 mark, which is supposedly very easy one, right? Okay, how to solve it? Before that, let me finish all the equation. Sorry, the question first. Let me finish read all the question first. The second one is to calculate mechanical efficiency of the engine if torque measurement shown at 0.1 Newton meter. So you have to calculate it in percentage form, the mechanical efficiency. And the last one is, with the proper labels, sketch the PV diagram of the engine. Okay. The proper label. After you sketch the PV diagram, you need to label it, and you can have a 4 marks. It's a big mark there. Okay. Let me go solve this C question. Let me remove all these doodles. Let not delete it. So you know that the question is continuity. Okay. The question is in continuity. Scroll down there and the question given you, let me put it to the black pen. Given, look, I always put as a given in the first place before I'm solving the question. You should do following my the step, so you can where you find how to solve it. Okay, how to list up it. At least you can structure your mind what you want to find it, so you don't mess with the question and you mess with the literature of the question. First step, given, list up all the important information. The question giving you and 900 rpm, immediately rpm, change it to the basic unit of rpm. We use rps before we put something or we put value inside any equation. So how to change minute to second? Don't ask me, you should know it. 1 minute equal to 60 seconds, sorry. So this is RPS. Again, the question give us work net equal to 3 to 3. It's not 3, that's W. 3 to 3 watt. Okay, find. Question asks you to find PI. How to find PI from the given information? Solution, change it to blue. Solution, work net, from the formula work net equal to PI times VD minus VC. So work net is given, PI we want to find it, VD and VC is unknown, but actually you already calculated from question 1 and in the previous calculation. This VD and VC here, just use it back and put it inside there, inside here and here. So simply you can have a PI by rearrange it and plug in all the information that you already have. That's why it is 1 mark. Okay, that's why it is 1 mark. Good. Oh, bad. 1 mark. Straightforward. Okay, this is one solution number 1. Solution number 2. Why solution number 2? Because we have another component of that question. Within component number 2, the question asks you to calculate mechanical efficiency. Find mechanical efficiency. Find this one. So solution, you have a formula of mechanical efficiency equal to BP divided by IP. So I forgot to tell you that the question giving you another extra information with torque equal to 101 Newton meter. So you can simply find the mechanical efficiency by finding the BP and IP, right? So mechanical efficiency equal to, mechanical efficiency equal to BP 2 pi NT, right? And it's already given here. Okay, and IP equal to PI VD times N times number of cylinder N divided by 2. Put it there, 2 pi N D divided by PI VD and number of cylinder minus N divided by 2. So you have a T. You can also simplify it simplify this equation if you don't want to use if you not really understand how to change to RPS here. You can just delete it and here number of cylinder you know it already, 6. VD you already calculate here, and you already use it also here. VD, the top is given inside the question here. What else you don't know? PI also you already calculated here. Everything is there, so you can find mechanical efficiency. So the question asks you to calculate it in percentage form, so you have to multiply by 100, something there, multiply by 100, so you can have in percentage form. That's it. This 3 marks. So how generous is the question? Very generous. Everything is given. Is there any difficulty with that? I don't find any difficulty with that. Okay, don't find it is difficult. It is easy. You just need to understand the question first. And the next, if you look at the question there, next, with the proper labels, sketch the PV diagram of the cycle. Sketch the PV diagram of the cycle. What is the PV diagram of the engine cycle? Basically, you have to know what kind of cycle, what kind of engine is that. Okay, what kind of engine is this? What kind of engine is this? What kind of engine is this? It could be a diesel, right? It could be a 4-stroke engine, but it cannot be 100% a 2-stroke engine. It is always not be a 2-stroke engine. Okay, so either way you can show some PV diagram for petrol, for 4-stroke engine or for diesel engine. Still correct to answer this question, but you need the proper label with that. If you sketch a 4-stroke engine, for example, if you sketch 4-stroke engine, the PV diagram will look like this. File no one. PV. This is V. This is P. It will look like this. Sorry. And describe this cycle 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the isotropic? Where's the volume increase? Where's the this is simplified PV diagram. Okay, simplified PV diagram. Where's the combustion happen and everything that. There's different from diesel engine. This is diesel engine. You have this one, you have this one, you have this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's not like this. Sorry. This is PV. It is like this. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is diesel. This is 4-stroke. Simplify. Let me stress that. Simplify PV diagram. Okay, easy. For me it is easy. Again, let me go to a final question. Final question. Assess what if the engine in figure Q1A, what if the engine in figure Q1A has the identical bore to stroke ratio. Assess, okay, assess. This engine has the same bore to stroke ratio. You understand, right? The lesson 3 I already explained it. What is bore and stroke ratio? So you need to assess, does new geometrical condition improve the mechanical efficiency of the engine? Compare and discuss your answer supported with appropriate calculation based on parameter given in Q1B and Q1C. So you can use all this information here, all this information here, so you already has a mechanical efficiency from there. Here you already calculated mechanical efficiency if the bore and stroke ratio has not a similar ratio with this ratio. You try the bore size with 71 mm and the stroke length have a 71 mm too. So you have to calculate it from the first to the end. Compare the mechanical efficiency and try to disguise it based on the calculation. If it is high, why it is high? What happened? Okay, if it is low, why it is low? Where's the major contribution of that low mechanical efficiency? You can discuss everything. Okay, from there you can have a 4 marks. You need to show some calculation, simple calculation, basically the calculation that you already have in the top side, and you try to compare and discuss it with this whether it is low or high. Okay, that's it. I think that's it. You can have a total of 20 marks. Okay, and you can have a 20 marks over here easily. And the previous semester everyone got 20 marks from this question. Every student scored this straightforward question. This is basically straightforward question rather than your test. Much more difficult than that. You already know it, right? A lot of calculation, a lot of mathematics they need to apply. But this is straightforward. If you have some practice or exercise on the question, that the level of the question, the hardest level of the question is very high. So when you come with something very lenient or very easy question, this is very easy, you can score immediately. So you need to go for hardest one, you need to go for hardest question, and the last one you need to go through this question too. Okay? You need to go through this question too. Hope that you do not give up this question with this subject. Please study very well. That's it. If you don't understand, you can always see me, you can always messaging me anytime, anywhere. Okay, thank you again.